What is going on, guys?
What is going on? All right, what is going on, guys? Episode 39 of the podcast today, August 18th, April 18th, April 29th.
April 29th. It's UFC Vegas 72. It's UFC 288 fight week in a day. We are having a good time right now. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. We were just recording for like 20 minutes and didn't have audio, so we're completely restarting.
Press the start button.
But we still have some clips probably, and like maybe like a bloopers or deleted scenes video.
When you forget to hit record.
Yeah, when you forget to hit record.
Yeah, we have
because we have a fan on.
You guys can hear it right now because
we have mics.
Technology.
Is this fan on?
No.
Okay, but I was like, I don't think we need two fans. But it is UFC 288 fight week when this video is aired. Let's get some predictions, my dude.
I'm rocking with Thug Nasty. No, I'm good. I don't even know if he's fighting this card.
Yeah, we don't know who's. I actually don't know the full card yet.
We're rocking with Aljo.
So yeah, like I said, in the first time around, there was a injury. Charles Oliveira was injured. That fight with Beneil Dariush fell through, and now we have a new fight on the card that we'll get to when we get to that prediction. But starting off the card, Kron Gracie, Charles Jourdain. This is Sparta versus a legendary MMA family, bro. Like,
if you guys don't remember, this is Sparta. He knocked him out clean with a flying body shot. It was sick.
I don't know if he knocked him out clean, did he? I think he just knocked down at the end of the round, right?
That was the meme on the Instagram because I posted that he knocked him out.
Oh, shit.
He didn't knock him out.
So, yeah, this is going to be a good fight. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I haven't really watched too much of Kron Gracie, but I know, like, Royce from...
I know Royce Gracie, the first ever UFC champion ever.
Exactly.
So I'm going to rock with the Gracie family, as I'm very unexperienced in these two fighters. All I know is the Gracie's family has been cemented.
Okay.
And for years on end now, you know, he was the first ever UFC champion. That family is where that came from. Now I've never seen them fight. Have you?
Kron Gracie?
Yeah.
No, I haven't. So this is gonna be a first time for watching Kron Gracie, and you know what, bro? I'm gonna go with the Canadian. I'm gonna go with Charles Jourdain. Oh. I think he's gonna start making some more noise, getting up in the rankings more, and I think he's going to start making a name for himself this next couple of years.
Oh.
So that's my prediction for the first fight. That's your prediction as well. Ooh, next up. Bryce Mitchell, baby. Thug Nasty versus Movsar Evlev. Movsar Evlev versus Bryce Mitchell. This is going to be interesting because
we already know what we know what happened last.
Yeah, we know what happened last time Bryce Mitchell was in the octagon.
He was a literal punching bag per...
Yeah, Ilya Tabarra beat up on Bryce Mitchell last fight.
Bryce Mitchell.
But, I mean, now Movsar Evlev, like, I don't really know much about this dude. He came in on late notice. Like, true. Jonathan Pierce was his original opponent, which Movsar Evlev, I know this, Phil, he's a harder opponent than Jonathan Pierce for Bryce Mitchell. So...
I'm going to rock with Thug Nasty.
I mean, we have to. How could you not root for Thug Nasty Saturday night?
Said, no,
how could you
not? Right.
Like, how could you not root for Thug Nasty, the Arkansas kid, the boy,
the Arkansas,
you know what I mean?
The bully, the flat earther. We have to rock
Dark Kansas.
Right.
Like, we're rocking with Thug Nasty all the way on that fight. And next up, the one and only women's fight on the main card.
We got Jessica Andrade versus
Jan Zionen. Jessica Andrade, she just lost to Blanchfield last fight.
Blanchfield's a beast. So
yeah, like, Blanchfield came up out of nowhere, beat the meatball Molly.
The meatball.
The meatball. Which she just got a fight booked for UFC London, so we'll see her back. But, yeah, so Jessica Andrade needs to get like a rebound kind of win right now.
And I think it's going to be on this...
And she is fighting a lower ranked opponent.
Yeah.
But let's just be honest, women's bantamweight, if Amanda Nunes is still, like, if she's an active fighter, you already know, like, no one's going to get to her level, though. Like, in reality.
Who?
Like, Jessica Andrade, Jan Zionen, like, will they ever be Amanda Nunes? Probably not.
No one could be Amanda Nunes, Amanda Nunes. Because
exactly.
Let me say this. Basically, a lot of champions now, like you saw, and I personally believe we saw it with Amanda Nunes when she lost to Juliana Pena in the first fight. And we saw it with, Valentina Shevchenko in her last fight. I feel like they both just got too comfortable being the champ. And, you know, they just got caught one fight because we saw in the rematch with Juliana
Yeah,
Pena and her.
a whole different.
It was like absolute domination
person.
from start to finish. Knocked her down like 3 times. So I don't think
That's
anyone's beating a
crazy,
motivated
though.
Amanda Nunes.
That is crazy.
Period.
Yeah. And especially, like, Amanda Nunes has something to fight for now. She's got a daughter.
Yeah, to be fair,
She got-
screw that women's fight. Doesn't matter. They're not beating Amanda Nunes. No,
Yeah,
I'm just
exactly.
kidding.
But
like,
I'm gonna go with Jessica Andrade. She
Same.
needs to get a
same.
comeback.
Just so I can be like, ooh, I'm 5 for 5.
Damn. So next up is the event that got added in via Twitter, basically. You could have this fight via Twitter. Gilbert Burns versus Bilal Muhammad. 16 days for Gilbert Burns coming off of a win against
I'm gonna give
the
a
retirement
quick
party.
30
Like
explanation on why
the
Gilbert
retirement
Burns is
party
gonna
with
win.
Jorge, bro.
All right, so I'm going to get 30 seconds on the clock to say why I think Gilbert Burns is going to win this fight. Basically, guys, I think Gilbert Burns is a better fighter. And, using MMA math here, Khamzat Chimaev versus Gilbert Burns was an absolute war. I think you can't really – you can set a pace for Gilbert, but he'll always match you with it. And I think after the Khamzat fight, I'm just like, Khamzat would not be able to survive or Bilal would not be able to survive a Khamzat onslaught like that, and I think Gilbert's going to bring it to him. I think it's going to be a stand-up kind of war, and I think Gilbert's going to whoop him. I think he's going to knock him out, maybe round 3, maybe round 4.
Damn. Okay. Yes, because this is a 5-round co-main event bout.
So, wait, time out. As
Which
I
is
only had 30
interesting.
seconds there to make my case, I just want
No,
to say
you can make your case as long as you want,
that's
bro.
why I was using MMA math there. But either way, I just think Gilbert's a better fighter. More seasoned. Bilal's gotten beaten way worse than Gilbert's got beat. Gilbert's always got a close fight. Lost to guys likes of Usman, but knocked Usman down. So it's like, I think Gilbert's
True.
just better. That's simple. And Bilal just had that whole Ramadan.
For me,
Yeah.
so Gilbert Burns, he didn't really get too much damage in the Jorge fight. He was kind of just on the ground, on the cage. There was a very minimal striking in that last bout.
Yeah.
So Gilbert didn't take too much damage, you know what I mean?
Gilbert
And I feel
flooded
like
your
Gilbert
face.
doesn't get too out of shape after a fight camp. You know
No,
what I mean?
sir.
He doesn't pull no Patty the Batty. I don't think anyone does besides Patty the Batty. But you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't get too out of shape after a fight. So I think
not a weight bully. He
I
fights
think
at
he's
his
coming
weight.
in here. He's like, all right, let's just think of this as a tournament. 2 fights to the title shot. You know what I mean? Fight.
Yeah, because he was talking, I'm making a title shot
You know what I mean?
for that fight. He said, I want to solidify my title shot.
Exactly. And I respect the hell out of it. And that's why I feel like he doesn't realize who Bilal Muhammad, though, is at the same time. Because, I mean, he's no one to play with either. 9 wins in a row in a welterweight division that is ever changing, always changing.
like, you could
You know what I mean? Like, when Usman was champ, it was just bottom was just shifting so much. You know what I mean?
As much as hate as Bilal gets, and he might be a boring fighter, but he's still winning fights.
And he's knocking out
So-
people like UFC.
So yeah, Gilbert might not have
up-and-comers.
to worry about taking a lot of damage going into this fight, but like you're gonna need this win. I
Exactly.
was just talking with this dude at work. I said, neither of these fighters can afford to lose this fight, and I'm not because Bilal, he has the likes of,
Exactly.
like I just said, being a boring fighter. Like that, he's literally a meme in the community for like just a meme because he's a boring fighter. And I think if he loses this fight, right now he's on such a win streak that if he wins this, it's like, okay, well now we have to give him a title shot.
I know.
That he keeps him up there. But if he loses this, I mean, it's not going to be good for him. And then same with Gilbert. He's
Yeah.
already been gifted a title shot twice, and he needs this win as well.
What
So,
happens
I don't
if-
know, man?
Dude, like, what happens if fucking either of them loses? There's a whole scenario that goes down. It's like, what happens to fucking Bilal?
The loser is done.
Like, is the UFC just gonna send him to the fucking gutter if he loses this?
right.
Either one of them.
Like
You know
Bilal,
what I mean? Especially Gilbert, because he already had the title shot.
and especially
he
with
lost to
Bilal,
Khamzat.
It's like especially with Bilal because like
I feel like people are
it's
forgetting
so-
that Gilbert lost to Khamzat. I
In a
mean, they
war.
put up a fight,
in a war.
but I mean, it's still lost to someone who made a mockery of Kevin Holland's whole freaking character.
Yeah. After Hamza mauled
But,
everyone else.
Yeah, that dude. I gotta go with Bilal Muhammad. I think I'm just gotta root for the storyline. You know what I mean? 9 wins. He can make it 10 wins in a row. Going in, super motivated.
I'm rocking with Gilbert, and I don't know how. I think knockout, but
I'm going Bilal Muhammad knockout. He's gonna have 2 knockouts in a row going into the title shot, and I'm here for it. And if I predict this, I'm a legend. If I fail it, it's okay. I'll get the next one because this doesn't mean anything.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Main event.
Main event. When was the last time freaking Cejudo fought, bro?
I'm gonna say 4 years ago.
Was it 2020? Henry Cejudo. He last fought at UFC 249. He beat up Dominic Cruz. Knockout TKO. Round 2, 458. So that was on May 9th, 2020. This is May 6th, 2023. So literally exactly 3 years.
3?
Yep.
Wow.
So 3 years almost to the
That's not
fucking
even that
day.
long ago,
Wait,
then.
3 years? Triple G? Did he plan that?
Triple G. Triple C.
But almost 3 years to the date. Triple C. He's coming out here prepared. And I feel like people are sleeping on Aljamain at the same time, though. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Aljamain isn't anyone to play with.
Dude, here's
he
my
will
thing.
take you on the ground over a whole fight.
Dude, I feel like
is Henry ready to wrestle after 3 years?
Aldo's career is so like messed
Is
up.
Henry ready to wrestle after 3 fucking years of
Probably.
not professionally?
He's probably been training. It depends if he's been training or not. We don't know that. We could like someone like Connor. We could say like probably really isn't training, but I have no idea what Henry Cejudo is doing.
Connor's just like, I'm doing media. I'm gonna fight.
Yeah,
some dude.
I have no idea what Henry Cejudo is doing. He could be training his ass off. I just don't know. So we'll see when we get in there. So for me, I'm gonna base this off. Let's say I'm gonna say Henry's just as good as when he's left. We don't know how true that is. Everyone's like, oh, 3 year layoff, that's huge, and they're gonna use that already. I feel like you can't use that in your build up because we won't know that until the first round of the fight if he's got
basically how the last 3 years have gone.
But if you're
is
training
based
and
on the first
sparring
round.
right, you'll be just good in a fight. So here's my thing. I'm going to go with Henry Cejudo based off just pure skill. I mean, clearly, Henry, there's been no one as good as Henry or Demetrius Johnson in these divisions since they both have left the UFC. And I think just skill-wise, Henry's pretty much better everywhere. Striking, I mean, there's no comparison. Aljo's striking is not good. And wrestling, yeah, Aljo gets you on your back, you might be screwed. But honestly, like I just think Henry... better wrestler, stronger. I don't know. Skill-wise, Henry's better. I'm going to rock with Henry. But this is no easy fight.
Yeah, so I have to go with Aljamain Sterling in this bout.
Yeah.
Like, I got to keep it interesting. I got to give him credit, bro, for what he has done. You know what I mean?
Dude.
Yes, you can say he beat up a injured TJ Dillashaw.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
And he got that disqualified to even gift him the belt, but still.
But it's aging so good for him. I don't know why.
I know.
Because here's what's happening here. So we got the knee by Peter. No,
And
it's
then
just everything's
he beat
getting so bad
Peter.
for him. So we got the knee by Peter. Peter, everyone thought he was a killer robot. No one was going to beat him. People thought he was on his way to being the bantamweight GOAT. Makes that knee after pretty much dominating the whole fight. Peter loses. They rematch. Aljo wins a very, very, very close fight. But then Peter goes on to lose again and again to the likes of Sean O'Malley and Merab Delici. So now everyone's like, wait, so if Jan wasn't that, so now it's like, wait, if Jan wasn't even that good in the first place, is Aljo even that good for barely beating a Jan that other people have just dominated? And then it's like, can't really say that. And then Aljo goes and fights. Who was it after Peter?
TJ Dillashaw.
TJ Dillashaw. And of course, TJ Dillashaw goes in there with the injured shoulder. Literally a built-in excuse for another reason.
And that he didn't say anything
like,
about
as an
until
Aljo hater,
after the
not
fight.
as me, but for Aljo haters, it's so easy for them to just now use that as an excuse. Like, okay, you beat up someone who literally went to the fight injured and now can't even fight anymore. So now, after that, people were still hating on him like, yo, you beat up an injured fighter, you're not good. And now he's fighting someone, Henry Cejudo, which is obviously levels ahead of both these fighters because Henry Cejudo knocked TJ Dillashaw out in 30 seconds in a round 1 bout. That made no sense, but whatever. And then, but now, if he wins this one, for Aljo haters, it's still there because they could just say, okay, well, it's a fighter who hasn't fought in 3 years. Like, you're still
Exactly,
not good.
dude. That's what I was just thinking,
So it's just
bro.
like
It's
you
like,
said
okay,
with the
he's washed up.
storyline thing.
Okay, he's
Like you
washed
said
up.
with the storyline thing, it's kind of funny because it's kind of just been meme after meme after meme, and this is
I
kind of
know.
be another meme just for him. As haters still won't respect him after this fight, he's gonna need another one.
He's gonna have to beat Sean O'Malley probably.
That's what I'm saying. Then if you beat Sean, yeah, you're right. But who knows? If he,
You think they should book O'Malley versus Sandhagen?
as a non-Aljo like super hater, I think if he goes in there and beats up Henry Cejudo, I'm gonna 1,000% respect Aljo as a like complete one of the best.
Dude, I'm respecting Aljo, and I'm going Aljo. I think he's gonna be on the ground for a majority of the fight.
Because don't forget what Aljo did to Corey Sandhagen either.
I know.
Beat him up round 1.
Yeah, that was
Got his
very
back.
impressive.
So like,
I'm going with Aljamain, bro.
I'm
You know
not
what I mean?
sleeping
Like,
on Aljo. This is
head to
why I'm
head,
saying it's not an easy fight.
you have Cejudo, I got Aljamain.
It's
and
not an easy fight to pick. The odds are pretty
It
much
is.
dead even. You saw that? The odds makers have it dead even right now. Dead even. I think it's minus 110, minus 110.
Sheesh. So yeah, we're really looking forward to that fight. I hope that you guys are hyped as hell too. You know what I mean?
We get to see one of the top 5.
They opened at Aljamain Sterling the favorite. Now they are
Dead even.
Yeah, negative 105 plus 100. Respectively, Sterling, Cejudo. But yeah, so UFC 288.
Call this fight. I mean,
we were, like we said, we were going to go to New Jersey, but we'll go to the next one that's like decent because this was just kind of in a rush, you know what I mean? Especially with Charles Oliveira being canceled, it's like shit. Guys just blowing fat ass clouds. So yeah, guys,
it's an underrated card, but it's still ass.
We are hyped for that fight, and on fight night, if you guys saw in the last podcast, we mentioned something about a giveaway. It is officially going if you're watching this, so get on that. Like we said, we're giving away 2 packs of UFC Chronicles to 2
flowing right behind your
lucky
head.
Instagram followers. So go on our Instagram, check out the giveaway. I'll actually link it down below.
Yeah, y'all know the rules. You gotta go figure them out.
Well, let me just see what the dates are so I could tell you guys the dates of it. So it's going to be Monday, May 1st until... So Monday, May 1st at night until Monday... Oh, fuck. Monday, May 1st at night until Saturday, May 6th at night, fight night. We're going to pick the winners on fight night. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be lit.
Guys, your chances are probably pretty high.
Yeah, your chances are high. It depends on how the post does.
I'm pretty sure it's...
It honestly depends on if the post hits, like, trending.
It's gonna
because like the post with like 200 likes.
My prediction
like,
is you're gonna have a high chance.
Our prediction is enter the giveaway if you're watching this and haven't. And then the one last thing, so on Twitter, I actually want to give away an MMA giveaway.
Bo Nickel.
So basically, it was like if Bo Nickel wins tonight, retweet this, we'll give away 10 hoodies.
I said hoodies.
So I want a hoodie.
He actually has it on right now.
I wanna.
Guys, they said he's gonna. They said they'd get him a hoodie, and this is what they gave him.
So guys, this is the free piece of merchandise. That I got. Shout out to Better Combat. If you guys ever want to collab in the future at an event, hit us up on a podcast. Hit us up.
Send us the hoodie that you were talking about.
Appreciate the giveaway. So yeah, I mean, what else happened over the week? I mean, Nate Diaz beat up on a random ass TikToker.
Nate Diaz beat up a guy in self-defense, obviously, clearly. Knocked him out
Something
cold,
like that.
guillotine.
And
speaking of that, Nate Diaz is fighting Jake Paul, guys. Come on.
Yeah, I think that was what we didn't actually say anything about that. I know you guys don't like a lot of
UFC
Jake Paul
legend,
talk.
Hall of Famer.
We gotta have some
best in the world.
Jake Paul talk.
Most gangster fighter in the UFC. He's gonna be fighting Jake Paul.
Yo, have you seen the Israel Adesanya versus Dricus du Plessis beef? Oh, there's some middleweight beef going on right now. The champion Israel Adesanya, obviously, you know, he just won. But Dricus du Plessis, the number 6 ranked, he just beat Till and Brunson. And now, this is the thing about Dricus du Plessis. He is South African, right? Which South Africa is known for like people who moved to Africa, not people who were like civilized in Africa. The people that like colonized, not were like native to that area. So now Izzy's talking like Nigeria, you know what I mean? Him, Francis, Usman, they're all like champs, right? African champs, even though like let's say Izzy New Zealand and like shit like that, right?
Yeah.
So they're all African champs. But then you have Dricus du Plessis saying after he beats Derek Brunson, like we've had 3 African champs. Don't quote me on this, but he was saying about like how come the belt's never been back to Africa? I'm gonna bring this belt back to Africa because they never went back to Africa with the belt.
Right. Right.
Which is surprising because I feel like Francis would have. Maybe he was calling out Usman or Izzy on that. But so that's kind of what started this beef originally. Okay. And then after Izzy beat Alex Pereira via knockout, he basically said he didn't actually mention Dricus du Plessis' name at first. So like because he didn't want to give him any clout. He's like, I don't want to give him clout. I'll drag his carcass across Africa. And now he made another video on his YouTube channel saying that that's the only fight he wants.
Yeah, I saw that. That's bullshit because
it's the only fight he wants. So what do you think of that beef, bro?
I think the beef's not hype at all. I think Izzy just
legit.
Izzy, like I love Izzy. One of the my greatest middleweight of all time. He's not that. Like this fight shouldn't even be happening. The beef's kind of funny, but like
the fight shouldn't be happening yet.
That crazy.
Can you agree with me,
guys? Basically,
there was some stuff about race which we're not going to discuss on this podcast. Go check out the Instagram though.
No, it's just basically Izzy being pretty cringe. Classic Izzy trash talk. He brings up the most random stuff.
I put this in the comments, the pinned comment. I said this wasn't meant to offend anyone. We just reported the news.
Who cares, man? I mean? The fight just shouldn't happen.
I have to say that though.
Even if the closest win this fight, it shouldn't happen.
Yeah, especially in number 6 rank. Like, yeah, you beat the top 5, but first off, he's got to get through the Grim frickin' Reaper.
He's not beating Robert Whittaker.
I mean, Robert Whittaker. He wants his trilogy with Izzy, you know what I mean? He has unfinished business with Izzy.
Rob's going to beat him in the trilogy.
He has unfinished business with Izzy.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm probably still going to take Izzy on that. But, so that's some other beef. Honestly, bro, like, it's been like kind of like this was the year so far with MMA. Bing! On the fucking peak. And now, like, it's starting to simmer down a little bit. Can you agree with me there?
Yeah, the cards are just not as good now.
Because I think we were honestly a little bit spoiled in the beginning of the year.
It's been pretty insane, though. The UFC did peak.
Like, UFC peaked in freaking, like, March.
And then when
February.
Conor comes back, it's going to be a
Yeah, this is going to be the year. Ding. Okay, kind of steadies out.
For the Conor comeback, we're doing a 24-hour podcast.
Should we do a live stream?
We honestly should that fight. At least.
Dude, I hope we're at like 50 episodes by then. That would be a perfect 50th episode.
We definitely are putting the camera over there, though, for the reactions of the fight.
Dude, do you want to know what? We can't do reactions. YouTube copyrights it. Because I had our Izzy reaction. It had the audio in the background from the TV.
Okay, then it'll
copyrighted
just
us.
be us, I guess.
But I think what we got to start doing is somehow like... bro, I wish this could just be like... all we had to do, so like we could just make a podcast immediately the next day after a fight.
I know, right?
Like, just wake up, be like, yo. But I was just saying how like the first part of this year was amazing. It's gonna simmer down a little bit, which is fine. You know what I mean? It gives us a little bit of time to recoup, think of some new ideas, think of some new ideas for when stuff comes back. Like, as you guys have seen, like, the smack can kind of simmer down a little bit when it's been like the Song Ya Dong's taking main events. No offense.
Song Ya Dong, I'm ripping my bone. Let me know if you guys want a freestyle section.
Honestly, I think we're going to watch some bare knuckle fighting. We got an interesting card tonight. Luke Rockhold versus...
Luke Rockhold. Basically, we have Luke Rockhold versus Mike Perry, and then we have Conor's son versus Conor's son.
Conor's kids battle for freaking the front seat.
Now, Eddie Alvarez, Chad Mendez.
We'll see who wins this.
Both sons of Conor McGregor.
And yeah, I'm honestly... is this your first bare knuckle fighting event you're watching?
Definitely watching, yeah.
And no, is this your first ever one?
Yeah, watching it live.
Gesundheit.
Watching it live and legally.
All right, guys, so we're going to watch bare knuckle fighting. Thank you guys for watching. We're hyped for UFC 288.
Go on to the giveaway if you haven't.
We'll be back at you with the analyst predict. So
next week...
next episode, we'll have the full analysis of UFC 288.
Yeah.
That's going to be hype.
That's awesome.
Peace.